Most annoying thing couples do. Well, let's go to our specialist on this, Jon. What is the most annoying thing that loving couples do?
It's when they finish each other's
sentences.
What pisses me off about my male friends is they because couples is great, isn't it, when you're in a relationship, but then men feel this obligation to pretend she won't let him come out, when really they just don't want to say to their mates, I'd rather watch a film and shag.
Yeah.
And listen to you moan on about your life. But they go, yeah, I'd love to calm down a boozer, but she won't fucking let up.
Yeah.
Just say it. Your relationship is better than your friendship with me. I'll take it. I don't give a shit.
Thing is, Jon, they're not even watching a DVD or having sex. They'd just rather not go out with you.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They are watching a DVD because I'm watching through their window. You can change your plans, but I'll still be there, whether you know it.
First thing about living alone. Very much your specialist area we've hit here.
Well, I liked it. It's just the sympathy is the worst thing. People say, you all right living on your own? Yeah. Have you not got any mates? Yeah, because I don't live with them. But no, I loved it. I loved living on my own.
What was the best thing about living on your own?
Oh, just all of it. Nothing moved. Just, you know, think I'm going to stay up all night. Doesn't matter. No one's going to wake me up. No one's going to come round. Actually, it was tragic. I've just remembered what it was like, and now you ask the question, it's the constant crushing loneliness, the fear it's never going to end and you're going to die on your own. Biggest turn-off I've been on a date is M4 Junction 15. Sweeps down and back up. You don't really... It just looks that big, but because you're going uphill, you get to the lights and you get a lovely view of Swindon there. And there's a drive-through Costa on the left. Lucky girl. Playing sport to me is like, would you put something in the bin or would you throw it from the other side of the room? And in that sense, but I will still, if I've got an hour spare, I'll stand in front of my living room wall with a tennis ball and I'll bounce it against the wall like I'm a goalkeeper that's been lobbed. Oh, and I have to run back and just tip it over the couch. And I'll happily do that for an hour.
I've done that.
You should probably buy a telly, mate. Jon, did you celebrate Valentine's?
Well, this is my first year I've ever had a girlfriend on Valentine's Day.
Whoa. Before you applaud that, that's tragically sad, is what it is.
I had loads of birds, obviously, but February the 13th, thrift measure, get rid.
Most people would rather play video games than go to the park. True or false?
I prefer a park because you can't lose at the park. You don't come back from the park and someone says, how was the park? And you go, oh, shit, I went out straight away. With a computer game, you pay 60 quid for something that is now too hard to do. Computer games, I switch them on and then I just die. What's the point in that? They shoot at you straight away. There's not a level where it's like, level 1, get some breakfast. I'm shit at real life. I play video games to feel less shit. For 5 minutes, I want to win the World Cup and shoot some baddies. I don't want to be crying on the floor in a video game as well as my living room. So if I had to answer for everyone, Jimmy, I'd say the park.
Jon, how many friends would you say you have?
Like 1 million. I mean, a stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet. What I don't like about chatting to people online is there are people whose accents I can tolerate and there are people who blah, 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 and then you talk to them online and you realise, oh, you can't write, you can't spell, you can't punctuate. And then a male friend will send me a text with an X on it. So you've never kissed me in real life. Why are you suddenly getting all flirty on a text? Because when I bring it next time we're at the pub, you're going to be, whoa, what's this? Fucking started it. You put an X. The best thing about a hotel is being able to pay by the hour, isn't it? Because I'm a shagger. I like to shag. I think that's become obvious.
Have you forgotten who you are? You live alone and...
You never shag?
Oh, that is a
Don't openly laugh in his face, Tess, as much. And sometimes that can bring him down a little bit if you just openly laugh in his face. He's never getting any.
That's going to be the sentence I hear on a loop when I'm trying to sleep tonight. I can just hear, you never shag. The worst thing you can always say is just the truth. Just say, well, you know, statistically, you're probably never going to find true love. At best, you'll find someone willing to just see it out with you. But it's not to say you'll be happy. Someone might stay with you, but you'll probably never be happy. You'll grow to hate each other. Or, never mind, you might meet someone at the clinic.
Sarah.
Is it other men?
The least romantic thing to do on your honeymoon is other men.
To do on your honeymoon?
Yeah.
I resent to, as a man, as being referred to as a thing, Sarah. Makes
You
me
would
feel
love
like
to be called a thing, John.
wow thing.
A very good way to compliment if you're in a long-term relationship is always wake up before your partner or your wife, right? So when she wakes up, you're just staring at her. They love that. So she wakes up like that, and then you're just there going... Did you have a good night's sleep?
It's difficult when you inherently sound sarcastic. Like, even if I mean it, you go, oh, you look nice.
I'll tell you what, look, John, just for the sake of it, just genuine. I mean, Rachel, you look lovely this evening, but genuinely, John, look at Rachel in the eyes and tell her she looks nice this evening. Just genuinely see if you can do it. She's a beautiful woman. Tell her she's a beautiful woman, John.
You're very...
No, John, just take a minute, John. Take a minute. Just focus.
The memory bank.
Just tell her how she thinks.
There's so many women at home that will be quite excited about it.
You're a very beautiful lady.
That's honestly, you're happy with that? That's the best you could...
I mean, it's not the sort of arena I'd planned for it to happen in. To be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? I'm a whiner, I'm a diner. I'm a fucking whiner, I'll say that. Why is there not a round on how to compliment a man? I got needs. Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me I'm amazing?
Well, after I went to see your stand-up show, I cleaned my house a bit more.
That's the most depressing compliment I've ever had. I came to see you do the thing you're good at, you know, then when you show off in front of the women. I went home and I tell you what, I scrubbed that skirting board. Oh.
John, did you go camping?
No, I tried it. I like the idea of being in the wilderness, but then I find out how scared I am of everything. Everything pretty much from a worm upwards. I'm pretty shit scared of. Sleeping in a wet, don't like that. Just the general loneliness.
The general loneliness, how's that different from home?
Because there's a telly at home and I can have the voices. Put my DVD on and pretend, oh, I'm going to sleep in my bar in New York. Where everybody knows my name.
Because they do a thing every year where they talk about people's weird crush. So the number one weird crush, as voted for by the British public, is Russell Howard, which doesn't seem that weird to me. Number two, if you'd see that. So you are a weird crush, which is such a terrible backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like saying you don't sweat much for a fat girl.
Weird Crush is also John's signature lovemaking style as well.
They sent me a badge. I think it says something on it like, not quite weird enough. I mean, what a chat-up line that is. The lady's just looking for a man who says, I'm mental, but not very.
I can't help thinking, you know, if you look at this panel, there are two people who are single who might get on quite well. And we've got Janine,
You're single, right?
Not me, I'm really embarrassed.
Like a playground now.
220 John!
Yeah.
She does!
She does!
You're just not weird enough for me, Jamelia.
Just get on with it. Just, you know.
Get down to business.
I haven't got... Yeah.
And it is a business with
girlfriend
me.
every bloody week.
You're going to feel pretty bad when one week I come in and I'm in a relationship and there's nothing to talk about. Me and Sue. Sue and I.
I can imagine you getting into a relationship where you're one of those couples that talk about, well, Sue and I think. Even on the show, if she wasn't here, you go, so what have people been talking about this week? And you go, well, Sue and I have been talking quite a lot about beef burgers and
I won't be
balances.
doing this show if I have a relationship. I ain't leaving the house, I ain't doing gigs. Comedy's just one bit. I mean, you two are in relationships. You only do comedy because you're not really happy in them.